On today's episode of the Bolt Crew podcast, we get a behind-the-scenes look at what the new Chargers are going to look at. You'll look at also what Joe Hortiz, Jim Harbaugh, and Mike McDaniel have to say, and we'll tell you which position the Chargers must address first if they truly want to reach Super Bowl 61. It all starts right now on the Bolt Crew podcast.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.
Everyone, welcome to the Bolt Crew podcast. Early morning. Normally, we don't go at 8:30 a.m. on Pacific time, but here we are. We're doing it and knocking this show out. It feels like the old days of doing morning radio. Here's the deal, though, man. Charger football never stops. Seems like lately, the Chargers, Josh and Mario, are on the right track because for the people who aren't Charger fans, they always seem like they want to pick a fight all of a sudden about your team because they feel threatened. They feel threatened that the Chargers are the real deal, and right now things are going in the right direction. And before it used to be, I don't want to say the Chargers were a forgettable franchise. They weren't in the category of a Jacksonville or the Titans, one of those teams that's in the league that you just don't talk about, the Cardinals, those teams. But the Chargers definitely are a team that are on other people's radar. They don't want to see them do well. And at the same time, if you look at Vegas odds, and I say this all the time when you talk about sports, and then Vegas should pick out the college football playoff and everything because Vegas doesn't have basically anything in the race except money. And if Vegas is telling you the Chargers are a top 2 team to reach the Super Bowl, you better believe it because they don't want to lose money either. So if you're going the odds for the Bills and the Chargers at 1 and 2 in the AFC to reach the Super Bowl, you better believe it. And right now, I think Charger fans believe it. I know we believe it on this show. But what we're relying on right now to make this happen is we're relying on Joe Hortiz to finish the job. And it's up to Joe Hortiz to make sure that the pieces are in place for this Charger team to be serious contenders in 2026. Otherwise, it's his ass.
That's what AK says, right? It's his ass if he doesn't get his act together. And you. Yeah, I agree. So, this is the Joe Hortiz time, right? You have the combine, you have the draft, you have free agency. This is where we need Joe Hortiz to shine. Everybody on this show believes that Joe Hortiz is going to shine in the draft, right? He's proven that he can do a good job in the draft. To me, he has not proven that he can do a good job in free agency. That's where my eyes are on Joe Hortiz. Do you have faith, Mario, that he is going to deliver this free agency period?
I do have faith. His approach is what really fascinates me, right? Because he even said it in the Pat McAfee interview when Pat mentions, hey, you have a lot of money to spend. You're going to be one of the biggest guys in free agency. And he goes, well, we got to re-sign our guys first. Then we'll hit it, right? So that means he's really focused on bringing back Zion. He's really focused on bringing back Double O, Mac, Tony Jefferson, honestly, even Allen. That approach, I'm curious to see how well that works for the Chargers and if that affects us being as aggressive to other players around the NFL that didn't wear the uniform last season, Dave.
Yeah, as you said, we all admire what he does in the draft, okay? It's a big part of the job as far as getting ready for the draft, the guys who work underneath you, your scouts, what reports do you get back? The days of finding guys in the draft and finding a guy like Darrell Green, all of a sudden, who's this guy that's playing cornerback for Washington that goes to the Hall of Fame? That's over because everything's televised now. You aren't going to find some secret. All right. You can see any game basically anywhere you want if you're a fan. Your scout should be able to see all these guys. Joe Hortiz, you're seeing the same players now in free agency that all of us have seen as football fans. All of us are NFL fans. We watch the games. We have an idea. We all see the rankings that show up on the screen all the time for these games on who's available that we could spend money on. And guess what? We have a ton of money. I mean, we have so much money. It's insane. So you go out and you pick the right players. He whiffed last year, straight out. He whiffed. Okay. And then when you whiff in free agency, what you're stuck doing at the trade deadline is you're stuck trading draft picks away because you're trying to fix the mistakes that you missed out during free agency. And so I've never seen it, be honest with you, a GM that went after free agency the way he did last year. We're almost like he didn't know the calendar. We're sitting there doing shows going, dude, what are you doing? You're sitting on your hands. Do the phones work? What's happening? And they didn't do enough. I'm telling you, he can't whiff 2 years in a row. I was tongue-in-cheek in it at the beginning. I was saying it's his rear end or he's gone. But, man, you got to do your job. This is where you shine. This is where GMs make their mark. You got to sell the franchise to these guys. You got to pick up the phone. I just can't understand what's going on. And if he can't do it, Jim Harbaugh could sell somebody on coming here. You know, I'm not saying Jim Harbaugh needs to be the GM, but Ben, you get him on the phone, he can sell you on coming here. Tony Jefferson could get on the phone once you sign him and talk people into coming here. But this is a destination place. The weather is always great. You play indoors. You don't have to worry about freezing your butt off in December, and you're a Super Bowl caliber team. If I was a player, I'm going to LA. I'm going to LA without a doubt.
Yeah, so Mike McDaniel and Jim Harbaugh and Joe Hortiz were on the Pat McAfee show yesterday. Mario saw it. I saw it. Dave, I know it's crazy busy. I don't know if you saw it. There's a few things that happened within that interview that I thought were interesting. One of them was Mike McDaniel said Joe Hortiz and Jim Harbaugh are closers. They close me super quick. They're great at closing. I was like, really? Are they? Last free agency period, we didn't close much. So hopefully this time around, they can switch it up. The Chargers are a destination, right? LA is a great city to live in. The Chargers are one of the top teams in the NFL. You have a great quarterback. You have a defense that's one of the best units in the NFL. I think there's a lot to be desired with the Chargers, or a lot to go to because it's a desirable destination. When we talk about money to spend, the Chargers are third, right? You got the Tennessee Titans, number one at $92 million. You got the Raiders, 87. You got the Chargers right below them at 87, just a little bit less. Then you have a substantial gap, Mario. You have 76 million, 11 million less than the Chargers at number 4 with the Jets. And then you have another substantial gap. You have the Commanders, 67 million. So not only do the Chargers have the third most money in the NFL to spend, but there is a huge gap between the third team, the Chargers, and the fifth team, the Commanders. They have the money to spend. It's a desirable destination. Go out and pick up the guys that you need. Tyler Linderbaum's a guy that we've been talking about a ton on this show. This is the opportunity to go grab him.
I'm thinking the Linderbaum dream's dead. Better than dead. I think he's in Baltimore. It sounds like everything coming from there, they're going to make him the richest center in NFL history. They're going to make sure the deal is so desirable that he doesn't want to leave. You saw Jesse Minter say a lot of great things about him too as well. There hasn't been a lot of reports either that Tyler's really looking to get out of that situation either. So I'm starting to think, guys, it's looking to go to plan B and plan C for that center position because plan A or the dream that we want so badly is not available. I would just get ready for that. I'd also get ready, to be honest. Yes, we have the third most cap space and the Raiders and Titans are above us. Who do the Titans and the Raiders have to resign? No one, right? Nada. They don't want anyone on the roster back. There's a good amount of guys that the Chargers have that they want back next season. And I'm not saying they should be back or they shouldn't be back, but they care about those guys. They're trying to build this culture. It matters to be in a Charger uniform. That's where the spending money is going to be different. So I wouldn't expect this team to look like a completely new team this year. Get ready to see a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm kind of going on the feeling that they aren't going to get our center that we talked about, right? They aren't getting Linderbaum here. Here's the deal that Mario says makes a lot of sense. I mean, you talk about protecting quarterbacks, right? So, Lamar Jackson, you got to keep him happy. You have, Jesse Minter, who's the new coach, and you want to keep him happy. I mean, there's a big reason why they said John's not there. Basically the relationship was frayed. Lamar Jackson's, he's temperamental. With the Raiders, they're going to draft Mendoza. You got to protect him. You got to make sure you have someone to protect your running back from a year ago because Gentry got the tar beaten out of him. And then at the same time, you look at Cam Ward, who was the first overall pick a year ago. You got to protect him. Look, you can't overpay. I mean, as much as you want him and you could afford him, I mean, you could sit there and go, crazy money. But, dude, are you really going to give the guy somewhere between $25 and $30 million to play center? I mean, it sounds ridiculous. But the rate for the Ravens, it sounds like it's going to be about $23 million to sign him. Is there a $23 million center that you would say that's the guy? Or can you sit there and fix it somewhere else? And I'm not saying fix it with let's cross our fingers and hope it works. But there has to be a better option than spending that much money on a center, which just seems nuts.
See, I disagree with both you guys. I think if it was so easy for them to sign him, they would have done it already. I'm not saying he's not going to end up with the Ravens, but I think they're downplaying how hard it is to sign Tyler Linderbaum. It's not as easy as everybody's making it out to be. We're just going to throw the most money at him and he's going to sign here automatically. Like I said, it might happen, but it hasn't happened yet. When you talk about the center position, I would throw the money at it. The last time the Chargers had a good offensive line is when they had Corey Linsley, a good center. If you could have a good center, I'm not even talking about great, just a good center, that changes everything for the Chargers. It changes everything about the offensive line. You already have the tackles if they can stay healthy. If you have that center that can be just good, this is a Super Bowl level team. Literally what they're missing. If you don't go center in the draft, you have to end up with one of these top centers in free agency. I don't understand how there's any other option. That's where you have to go, Mario, for me. I think it's like cut and dry. One of the top centers.
It's the most desperate position, and you said it best. When we had Corey Linsley, that's when everything was flowing. That's when everything felt good. Then he retires unexpectedly, and it's not the same as when like Andrew Luck retired for the Colts, but almost similar, where they haven't really replaced it. They haven't found anyone that we've got in that spot and going, oh yeah, we're good here. Check the box. It's every year going, what can we do here? We did Bradley Bozeman for 2 years because apparently he's just like the best hang of all time, and he's a captain in that locker room, but he sucked. So now you got to find the guy that can be with Herbert for a very long time, that he can build a bond with, and have your Jason Kelsey type of situation, have your Linderbaum type of situation. Blank on the guy's name, Humphrey in Kansas City with him and Mahomes. You need that in order to be successful in this league. So you got to throw money at it. If you don't throw money at it, you got to throw a lot of draft resources around it, and you got to hope and pray that you hit it out of the park, which these guys do. Besides maybe a handful of picks, they do hit it out of the park. But it's the position you have to be most worried about if you're a Charger fan, Dave.
All right. So in the NFL, you always see things now that you didn't see 50, 60, 70 years ago, right? We talk about how football, it used to be boring, and, you run on first down, second down, you throw on third if you have to. Some coaches even like to throw on third down. Nobody did shotguns outside of the Cowboys in the 70s. Everything was under center. This is where you shake it up right here. You don't get Linderbaum, right? It's not going to work out our way. We aren't able to fix it in the draft. Did you grab a former sumo wrestler? All right, let's see what he can do. Stick him right there at center. Can you snap the ball 3 yards back to Herbert? Dude, no one's stopping a sumo wrestler. Why not? Stick him right in there. And then if you're the Kings or one of these hockey teams, you go find one of those people for my 600-pound life, stick him right in goal. Fill up the whole goddamn goal. You change the game. And then all of a sudden, go Bill Walsh and his West Coast offense, and you got Jim Harbaugh and his sumo wrestler center. You change the entire game, and everybody's copying it. You ever see those guys on video? No one's getting by a sumo wrestler.
They can't move. They can only go that way.
I don't need to move. I just need to stand up and knock people down. You see those guys? Can you imagine he's wearing the pants and then he's wearing that thing on top of it? The one that goes right up your crack?
I will say, if I was a hockey general manager, I would get some former like boxer or MMA fighter and just have him skate and just keep him there. And just go, hey, we're going to take this guy out and just send him. Just go, all right. You know what to do.
See, look, the problem. First off, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The problem.
Not you see it.
Really? Yeah. Wait till you play real football and you notice that the center is actually doing a lot more than just hiking the ball. They got to call out the mic and they got to line the whole offensive line. Something we haven't been able to figure out in case you haven't watched Charger football for like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, it matters. Also, when people are like, you just draft the center. Yeah, of course, just draft the center. From every single rating prospecting I've seen, Mario, there's not one center drafted in the top 70 of the top of the overall prospects in the draft. There's not an elite center that I've seen in this draft. So just saying draft a center, there's no guarantee you're going to be able to draft a center that's going to be anything more than average to below average. So I think you really need to consider throwing top money at one of these centers. By the way, Mike McDaniel, according to PFF, had the number 2 center in all the NFL last year in Aaron Brewer. He's used to having an elite center. The number 1 center is the guy that you just mentioned, Mario, Creed Humphrey with the Chiefs. The Chargers need something that's just more than average, okay? Just get above average, and you might have a really good team.
You mentioned, too, everything that comes with the center, and that's why I think it's not traditional enough where you see it a lot where a rookie kind of steps in and takes on that role. You're the leader up there. You call out the mic. You call out where guys are going to go, who you're going to block. You set up packages. Like, that's you up there. And if you're not ready to handle that at 22, 23, 24 years old, or you don't understand the game enough. I know we talk about a lot, quarterbacks, and when does the game finally slow down? And Matt Ryan's like, dude, it took till year 5. think about those alignment, man. Like, how long does it take for it to slow down in front of you when you have to face Chris Jones twice a year, right? You have to face possibly, I know it's not right in front of you, but you have to face a Max Crosby, which if you screw up, guess who's talking in your ear the whole time that you screwed up? It's Max Crosby. It's a hard thing to face, and even like Denver Broncos front, man, like this is a tall task.
Offensive linemen are unusual when you think about it. Like offensive linemen are kind of like you are what you are. I think from day one. Like you don't see offensive linemen just come out of nowhere and go, man, remember when this guy struggled for the first 3 years and he turned into a Hall of Famer? You're like either great in year one or you just aren't great, right?
You get hurt and you're done.
I mean, you come right out of college and you're kind of like you're Tristan Wirfs, that kind of deal. Like the guy's great from day one, or you're one of those guys who I think might be what you're going to see in Will Campbell is going to struggle probably the rest of his career. He can't do anything with those little alligator arms. Like he's probably going to have to change positions. He's not exactly what the Patriots thought they were getting, but at the same time, Drake May and the Patriots will tell you it's a big reason why they struggled in the last game and why they struggled through the playoffs is because they did not get the left tackle they thought they got from LSU. So it's a very unique position, right? I mean, you can say the same thing about defensive backs in this league too, that there are guys that come in like a Surtain. I mean, there are a bunch of them that come in every year. There's a rookie defensive back, you're like, man, that guy's really good. And he's good from day one. They don't progress to get better all of a sudden in year 4 or 5 and go, this guy's a stud.
Yeah, here, I'm going to throw out a scenario to both you guys. You tell me what you think, all right? So one of the top players in this draft is a left guard. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name because I'll screw it up, but it's the left guard from Penn State, right? He's the top guard in the draft. Let's say you draft him, right? That would be a fantastic pick for the Chargers. Do you try to convert him or Zion to center? You throw the money at Zion and bring him back. He's familiar with the Chargers. And you say, hey, one of you guys is going to pick up center. Or you can just bring back Zion, draft the kid from Penn State, and then take a flyer on a center later in the draft. I think you just build up on offensive linemen and say, hey, we're going to find some type of combination of guys that can make it work. What do you think, Mario?
Build up, find a combination that works. I don't think it's a bad idea to re-sign Zion and draft the guard, maybe that high up. And if Zion can run center, you run it. If not, you look at the rookie kid that you got later on and go, get up to pace, brother. And you just have a battle throughout camp, figure out what works best and what's chemistry like up there too. Can these guys play together? We saw Becton. The reason why he was so high praised, Dave, coming to us was because he had guys around him that helped him. Who is a great teammate up there? Who can help who? So I think that's the best route. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Zion's in that situation now where you've been in the league a little bit. You want to get paid. Everybody wants to get paid. Everyone wants to be respected. When you're talking about doing something that he's not comfortable with, does that mean he's asking for more money because he said, now you're asking me to do something that's out of my comfort zone? I'm not sure. I mean, I always think back to this and I always hate thinking about what Tony Gonzalez said about 80% of the guys in this league don't care about wins and losses. It's about getting the check. I understand it more in this sport than any other because, you're shortening your lifespan. It documents that, you are putting your body at risk every single year by playing this game. But as fans, we want to see the team win. And whatever is best for the team. We're always taught, especially for guys who aren't pros, anything for the team. And I just don't know what the mindset is. Could he ask for money? Does it become a malcontent if you ask him to change positions? And I'm doing you a favor. Don't forget, guys, I'm doing you a favor. I don't know how it works, but right now that money is involved in this part of his career. I don't know how the transition would go, Mario.
Can I throw a name out for you guys?
Go ahead.
So there's a guy in the draft. If you look at him, you'll see him right away and go, yeah, this guy is a center. He's from Florida. Jack Slater's his name.
Yeah.
He faced, their schedule, if you guys haven't seen it, we have, but for the listeners, Florida Gators schedule every year, they should punch their athletic director in the face because he just gives them gauntlet after gauntlet every single time. But he started
Slaughter,
all 12.
by the way.
What?
Slaughter.
My bad. So Jake Slaughter started all 12 games against probably the best defenses in college football. While doing this, he still posted an 87.1 passing blocking grade, which was first in the SEC and 8th nationally. And he also had an 82.2 run blocking grade, 4th nationally among centers. He's physical. He goes through the play. He gets through guys. He looks like he's probably been punched in the face 1,000 times and likes it a little bit. I'm telling you, he's gotten AP All-SEC first team multiple times, AP All-American first team, PFF All-American first team. Maybe a little bit later on in the draft, we could find him. He's projected right now to go in the second round, probably have to trade up to get to that spot. Just a name to watch, and hopefully someone that we can add to our roster, and maybe it could be the center of the future.
I like that call. I mean, he's one of the top centers in the draft. I agree with Mario though. You got to take a pick on one of these guys in the second, third, fourth round. You got to bring in a center, a young guy that you can build with. You say, hey, maybe you're not going to play every single game as a rookie, but you're going to learn a lot, and if you're going to be able to fill in if a guy gets hurt. Which, knowing the Chargers, somebody's going to get hurt. Mario, when you saw the Pat McAfee interview yesterday, what were your initial thoughts? I mean, there's nothing really too special about it. One thing that kind of did piss me off is like, let these guys finish their sentences. Am I crazy on that one? Like Pat McAfee and his minions would like jump in when Joe Hortiz or Jim Harbaugh or Mike McDaniel were talking like they weren't talking. Kind of drove me a little bit crazy. One thing I did remember from the interview yesterday was Jim Harbaugh said, I'm not okay with our team not playing our best at the end of the year. The last 2 seasons, we were not playing our best, and it's not okay with me. He also talked about how he learned a lot from Mike McDaniel. Everybody's talking about the Mike McDaniel play with Darren Waller to go ahead with that touchdown. Tony Jefferson mentioned it as well. Chris O'Leary also mentioned it. He said, I'm learning a lot from Mike McDaniel already. What did you pick up from that interview yesterday?
The Harbaugh saying that they did not play their best football to the end of the season, honestly, in the past 2 years, stood out to me big time. Where, look at this year, they kind of started out strong. They beat the crap out of Kansas City, and everyone was thinking, finally, the Chargers are for real. And then we kind of had a roller coaster a little bit of a year, I would say. We lost to the Giants, which is brutal. But time again, it comes December, it comes January. They don't play their best ball. In fact, it kind of looks like they get worse throughout the season. So that stood out to me. And I mentioned it early, but Dave, Joe's approach to this free agency seems like it's really like, I want to take care of what's at home, and then I'll worry about what's going on the outside. And I'm a little bit, I like it, but at the same time, like, do you think we're going to miss out on guys?
I 100% think we're going to find a way to miss out on guys, you know, because what Joe does, that's what he's done. Show us something different. Like we want to know, we want the guy who's the car salesman in the commercials, Crazy Joe. You know, that's what we want. The guy selling stereos, all that stuff. We want Joe to have a nickname because he's out of control. He just cannot stop shopping. But Joe, we got Stingy Joe, who has both hands in his pockets and doesn't know where the wallet is. That's what we've seen so far. I want to see Crazy Joe, who's losing his mind. You know, they should bring me in because everyone who knows me, dude, I buy everything. I can't stop spending. I'm a guy that Amazon comes to my house and I forgot what I ordered and I go, it's like Christmas every day. What did Amazon give me today? I forgot. Oh, dryer sheets. That's it. Oh, well, look what's in the next package. Oh, this one's good. Yeah, I'm that guy. And so they should bring me in during free agency and let me keep spending Dean's money because they got a ton of it to go. To hold on to it doesn't make any goddamn sense. The part about the team playing bad football at the end of the year, yeah, they were. And so what's always the story on the great teams? Man, you show up in December and January. All right. Philip Rivers used to have a great record, by the way, in December. But you show up in December and January. This is one of those situations where Justin Herbert, if you don't watch Charger football, quarterback play. Everyone always goes to quarterback play. Man, it's a miracle this team won 11 games. Who are we kidding? I mean, you look at what they had offensively. Seriously, you had a joke as a coordinator. You had a beat-up offensive line, and that's a compliment compared to what that offensive line really was. You lost both tackles. Your entire offensive line sucked before those guys got hurt. Completely exposed. Your wide receivers let you down. Your running game let you down as far as helping running backs. You had Justin Herbert with the guy named Jamie Lannister hand on the left side. The fact that they won 11 games is insane. And so, yeah, they didn't play their best football. But, man, how much football did they get where everybody was healthier? The majority of their guys were healthy to help them win in the postseason. Josh and I were at the Texans game. They were down 14-0 before we can even get in our seats. And by the time they pulled it together, it was too late. It was too late to come back. They ran out of time. And things never seemed to be where they needed to be, where you go, that's a championship team. And we were kind of just hoping to get by the Patriots and what's the next one. But, man, you do this right. You and I know you have a tough schedule. They do every year. It's the NFL. You sit there and say, man, this team can make a run. It's just, this is the year, man. Year 3 for Jim Harbaugh. This needs to be the year right here to say we're making a run at the Super Bowl. We're really serious about it.
Dude, Justin Herbert is going into his 7th season.
Yeah.
This is not a young quarterback. This is a guy that's in his prime right now. You totally have to make a run for it. When Joe Hortiz, Mario, says we're going to sign the guys that we need from our team, re-sign the guys and hit for agency, I say yes and no. I say, okay, we need Odafe, right? That's a guy that should be at the top of our list, right? We need to bring him back. Zion is a guy you'd like to have back. Tony Jefferson's a guy you definitely want to have back. And Tony Jefferson's not going to command a bunch of money. And then you hit free agency, okay? If you're able to bring back Khalil Mack, that's great too. But I think you really need to look at free agency first to say, hey, what can we get out there? Somebody that's going to make a big difference on this team. Khalil Mack's going to command a bunch of money. And then Keenan Allen as well. If you can bring him back, then fine. But I think you really need to look at free agency and who can we bring in from a different team that's going to make a difference. Because I don't think you should look at Khalil Mack and Keenan Allen the same way that you look at Zion and Odafe, right? That wouldn't make any sense. So I'm looking to see where he prioritizes his money, or it's not even his money, Dean Spanos' money, and who they can bring in. Is there anything else you want to add, or do you want to do the debate here you have on the rundown?
Well, real quick on what you said. When he says take care of your own, Mario, because I think that was the actual question you asked me.
Yeah.
Did you take care of your own if they're better than the guys that are on the market? I mean, that's the answer. You can't sit there and fall in love with players. I always think if I was a GM of any team, I think after I signed them, I don't think I'd have anything to do with those guys ever, unless we won the Super Bowl. You would never see me down on the practice field talking to those guys in the locker room, because we all know when you become friends with somebody and you start to know their families, it messes up your judgment. You know, and look, I'm not comparing myself to a pro like Joe Hortiz, but like even when I coach baseball all these years, dude, I don't even know any of the kids' parents ever. In 4 years of coaching them in high school, I can't recognize them anywhere. You know why? Because it messes up my judgment on who should be playing. So I never talked to a parent. I just never established friendships, nothing. I can't tell you anybody, and I've been around some of these kids since they were 8 years old by the time they graduate. I have no idea who the hell their parents are. And I think a lot of times these GMs fall in love with the players, and that's clouds their judgment.
I do want to give Joe credit, though. Like, with the guys that we do have entering free agency, like Double O, you got locked down right away. I think Zion, you got locked down right away. With Mac, it's older, expensive, works great. But those two guys, especially with the people that really need pass rushers out there, like they're going to be aggressive in what they want with OA. And they're going to be aggressive in what they want with Zion because of the dumbass Packers and the stupid deal that they signed last offseason. So I'm fine with that. Of the top tier guys, get it done quick, almost have a under the table handshake agreement right now before, officially hits in March. But the rest of it, like, find a way to talk to Tyler. Find a way to talk to Connor McGovern of Buffalo. Like, let's make sure we have some type of communication with these guys. So when it does hit and it strikes midnight, I mean, it's just freaking Schefter has no idea what to do himself. There's so many drafts he has to put out if the Los Angeles Chargers sign this person.
Yep. I'm going to go to the debate you have here, Mario. I think this is a great question. We briefly talked about it before, but I'm curious what you guys have to say. For the draft, specifically with the Chargers, are you looking at best player available or the best fit for the team? Which direction would you go? And I'm going to jump in first, by the way. There's one player that I've fallen in love with in this draft. It's not Caleb Downs. Everybody knows I already love Caleb Downs. It's another guy. He looks to me exactly like Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's Mekhi Lemon for USC. I don't think he's going to end up with the Chargers. I don't think he's going to fall that far. But I'm willing to say right now, if he is there, I think you got to go for him. I know he's not the tall receiver that you need. I know he's probably not the best fit for the Chargers right now with all the holes they have. But this is a guy that I think is a stud, and I think he's going to be a great player in the NFL. With that being said, Vega from Penn State would probably be the best player available for what you need for the team that would make the most sense for me.
So if you do great in free agency, you should be able to take best player available in the draft, right?
Yeah.
That's the way I kind of see this. I'm all for taking the best player available when you're the Los Angeles Chargers and you're kind of on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl. Go that route. Unless it's a QB, you don't take him, obviously. But, I mean, you can never have too many weapons. You can never have too many running backs. Not in the first round. You can never have too much alignment. Never have too much edge rushers. Go for it, right? I'm all for it. I think it's the best option. What do you think, Dave?
Hold on, real quick. Haven't the Philadelphia Eagles done this in every single draft? Best player available? Literally.
Yeah, it's worked.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Dave.
No. I mean, I think good teams do that, right? You're basically just polishing what you already have. If you have a good foundation, you're sitting and you're polishing what you have. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think, Josh, you're wrong as far as, taking lemon. I mean, it's here's the combine. Everything's starting today. I mean, and we're getting anything that's going into Indianapolis. He's going to shine. and USC receivers outside of the one we got in Rice, they all do pretty well in the NFL.
Yeah. I think with the last time I can remember the Chargers saying F it, we're just going to take the best player available was Derwin James, right? There's no business for Derwin James to fall to 16, I believe, to the Chargers, or 17 to the Chargers.
Yeah, something like that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, something like that. And they were like, dude, you have to take Derwin James. It's Derwin James. And they did it and worked out. But I think you really just need to take the best player available in this situation. If you have a guy like Mekhi Lemon or somebody that might fall down to your pick at 22, you have to go in that direction, especially like a team like the Chargers, like you said, Mario, that are on the cusp of making a run for the Super Bowl.
Would you argue Hampton almost was best player available last year?
Yeah, I would. At that time, I mean, I think we were shocked that he fell up. We were all excited, but I think he was. We were extremely excited. I'm not done with him, by the way. I'm just irritated he was hurt so much. If he has another injured season, then now he has the rap of being injury prone. Like, what's this guy's deal?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be big next year. Big
player or fat?
Big player. Any betting market of his over-unders, I would take over 10 times. 10 times. I think he's going to be really, really good this upcoming season.
If he stays healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to list 3 guys. You tell me in which order you're most confident that they're going to stay healthy next season, okay? I'm serious.
Okay.
Omarion Hampton, Rashawn Slater, and Joe Alt.
Hampton, yes. Slater, no. Alt, yes.
Why are you confident that Joe Alt's going to stay healthy?
I mean, he did his he missed a couple games rookie year, but still did.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not sure. You never know with him, I feel like.
I feel better than him than Slater.
Oh, Slater, I think people are totally overblowing that it's going to be a sure thing he's going to be the same player.
They keep telling you. I mean, doctors are telling you that he's not going to be the same player.
He's probably really expensive, but he's going to be really expensive. I was going to say he wouldn't take it either. Never mind. I was going to go pipe dream Trent Williams. Old, but expensive. Just as a backup option. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, Trent Williams is, he's a great player. He's older. The crazy relationship we talked about, right? I mean, he invites family day and he has the girlfriends and the wives come in at the same time. And you're like, God dang, dude, that's a lot of food we have to serve up. I don't know if I want him. I'll be honest, I don't know if I want him.
Do you think the Chargers try to make Rashawn Slater a guard at any time in the near future?
If he's healthy.
I don't think in the near future. And if you aren't saying that to him now, right? I mean, he's working his ass off to get back. You just gave him a ton of money. I mean, it was the worst case scenario, right? The only ones who had it worse than us was his ex-wife. I mean, think about it. I mean, he signed all that money as soon as that divorce was final. Then he gets injured as soon as that divorce is final. I mean, the only one who won in this whole thing is Rashawn Slater.
Can I ask one more question, by the way, to you guys? So this popped in my head. With the best player available or best fit, what makes more sense to take best player available? If you're the Chargers on the cusp of a Super Bowl, or you're the Jets where you're like 1 through 22 we need replaced?
My answer would be if you're a really bad team or you're a really good team, you take the best player available. That's when I think you go for that move.
He's right.
What do you guys think?
He's 100% right. I agree with that.
And then if you're in the middle, you just do need.
You go need. If you're, this is one thing I never understand when I watch the draft. If you're a team like the Raiders, not the Raiders this year because you need to take Fernando Mendoza, but if you're a player in like the top 5 that sucks and a team is willing to trade for that pick for like 2 number 1s and like a number 3, why would you not do it? Yeah, why would you not take that deal like every single time? You have so many holes. You can get 3 really good players right off the bat. I just don't understand why teams don't do that.
The Jets are that team right now. The Jets have the number 2 pick. There's not a clear number 2 player, yet there's someone that's going to love somebody and go, that has to be our guy. I mean, you could go with 7 different number 2s in this draft, yet we know next year the quarterback draft's going to be crazy. They're going to be like 7 guys taken in the first round. As far as quarterbacks go, the Jets need somebody. Why wouldn't you sit there and stockpile first-round picks and then go, hey, if we aren't in the right position and we love a certain quarterback, man, we're offering the same trade back to someone. We're offering you 3, 4 first-round picks. to go, we want to get our guy, whoever that one guy is. It could be Manning, it could be Sane, it could be any of those guys. But this is the Jets' chance to fix it by trading out a number 2.
To your point, so right now Kuiper has Downs going to the Jets at 2. We all agree.
I've seen him go as far back as number 10. Yeah, we all love Downs, but I've seen him go back as far as number 10.
But my point being, like, let's say you are, I'm trying to find, like, the Giants who love Downs, and they're like, we really need to build up our secondary, right? Talk to them. It'd be like, hey, we'll trade down, give us your first next year, or find some deal and go take Caleb, because what does Caleb Downs do for the Jets?
Nothing.
You know what I mean?
He's making tackles 40 yards down the field.
Yeah,
that's great. Congratulations. It'd be cool if who the Giants could help them would be like a Xavier McKinney, really good safety. Oh yeah, he was on the Giants. Like, the fact that Joe Shine has a job is mind blowing.
Crazy.
It's crazy. It's insane. They are whatever. We're not going to talk about that guy.
Hold on. One thing though, did you see him at the combine? This just made me laugh. That's why
they allowed him in. Yeah. What?
They asked him something about like the decision making, and we're pretty blunt. Like, do you even have any anymore? He's like, it was my call to bring in Harbaugh, and everyone in the room was like, okay, buddy.
Sure, dude. Anybody could have picked that one. I mean, dude, what? It was your call to bring in the best coach available? You didn't find the guy, dude. He is the worst guy I've ever seen at his job.
Hey, he's a DePaul grad.
Dude, don't claim that at all.
Technically,
dude, why would you? You want to claim the Unabomber too? Like, why would you claim that?
Hey,
he's terrible at his job.
Nice
his
guy.
own kid's better at his job than he is. We saw it on TV.
He can throw him back, though. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he does it during the draft every year. We see it. Boltio 93 999 says, "Hey guys, just want to say thank you. You guys have helped me a lot with some life events. I really appreciate you guys, especially you, Dave. Best Chargers podcast by a mile."
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's very nice. That's very nice.
Let's
I
go.
I don't know what happened there, but I appreciate it.
I want to put him up for Hall of Fame next year just based off his name. Boltillo. Oh, yep, that's how you say it.
Double L's make a Y sound in Spanish. It's okay. You're from the Midwest. We forgive you.
Dude, I'm so jealous that you have that in the back pocket. God,
I'm from Chula Vista. Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even know Mario. And when I lived in Tennessee and then came back here, I didn't even know what the hell Cinco de Mayo was. I was like, what? What are we doing?
Dude, that would have gone right over my head. The worst
you
is
would love Cinco de Mayo, Mario.
Yeah, it's right up your alley.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo is right up your alley.
You like St. Patrick's Day? Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Mexican. It's the Mexican St. Patrick's Day.
I need to start celebrate. I need to celebrate that in California and have a good time.
Yeah.
I remember when I first moved here.
Yeah.
I saw this guy, and I was looking very like I was summer, so I was tan. I looked Italian that day, and he was like, "Oh, you're Italian?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's just broke off into Italian. I was like, "All right, you can relax, buddy. Pipe it down. All right, not that Italian. Christ Almighty, a couple generations in America."
You know how on St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, how they turn the water green, Mario?
Yeah.
Dude, here we turn the water green on after Cinco de Mayo just by throwing up in the water. Like we don't go out of our way to dye it. We just puke.
I love that.
Oscar Hilliard, $5 says Hortiz is a master chef in the draft, but he's a fryer cook at McDonald's concerning free agency.
Dude, he's scared, dude. You can't be a GM and be scared. He's scared. You know? Joe Hortiz is the guy that's yelling at his kids to turn the lights off when they leave the room. I'm telling you, the guy's panicking all the time about spending money.
He's the guy that, like, when you're trying to talk to a girl at the bar and you realize what you should have said 2 hours later, you're like, damn it. That's it.
I had that.
You try to work it back in.
Yeah.
Hey, remember what you said?
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah.
You're trying to break it back so you can drop the one-liner? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Amy O, Hall of Famer, 1999, says, guys, please consider daily shows through the combine. I cannot watch the others. If I see one more ad multiple times through the show, I'm going to punch a wall. If you get a sponsor, I take it back. P.S. Just pay Linderbaum.
Look at it. She's like you, Josh. She said, just pay him. You need him.
You guys are probably right, though. Like, he's probably not going to get him, but I like to dream about it. Go ahead.
No. So we would love to do daily shows. I mean, here, if this thing worked out the way we want it to, we could do daily shows. So just unfortunately, we have other things on the calendar. You know, we got to pay that Joe Hortiz light bill.
How many? Tell the people that are listening. How many shows do you do? It's insane.
Dude, yesterday was like my eyes are, I can't even read a thing. Usually I can see some letters right now, but I know I can see Amy's picture in the corner right now. I can't see anything. I mean, it might as well be in Braille. I can't see a damn thing. I'm so goddamn tired, dude. Yesterday I got up at 3 a.m. Okay. And I know people work harder jobs than I do. Trust me. I talk for a living. I get up at 3, do a show with Nicole. Got up and I walked with my neighbor 6, do a show with Nicole Eggert in the morning. Go right from that as a guest on another podcast. Go as a guest on another podcast after that. Have to run to the school to meet with the principal in an interview, which I've never met before. I've never had a principal interview as an adult. And then I have to go coach a baseball game. By the way, we won 18-2 over a powerhouse school. Is impressive. Then come back and I eat. Then I had to do another show. I got done around 12:30 in the morning. So I don't know, what was I up 21 straight hours? And I'm like, I can't even see right now. I've already been out walking the dog again for over an hour. But I'm like, man, I am dead tired. But yeah, yesterday was a lot. The thing is, I love doing these shows. This is my favorite thing I do is sitting here with these two guys. And again, I know people work harder than I do. I'm sitting in this goddamn chair talking into a microphone, lucky enough to do it. But the fact people want to talk Charger football is awesome. That's what I was saying. People are concerned, but then everyone always wants to come after us and me for supporting this team. Dude, I hate to say it. This team is for real.
I have an idea.
How can you get mad at a team? Sorry, how can you get mad at somebody for supporting their team? Well,
because they never thought they had to be concerned. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It was like, oh, it's good. That's sweet. That's cute that you guys like the Chargers. The cuteness is over. We're now your nightmare. You know, guess what? We're now the ones that went out and got the nice boob job and the hair extensions, and now we're a danger to you.
An idea for us. NFL draft week. We do a show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And Thursday we do live.
Dave can't because he coaches constantly.
Oh yeah, I got too many games. I was like, that sounds good, but then he was right. I got a coach. Yeah, starting Tuesday, everything changes. By the way, we got to change our schedule. That's it. And Josh, you're headed to Ireland soon, right? How many shows are you missing?
I am. We'll see. We'll figure that out. Maybe just one, but I'm also going to Japan, so I might miss a few more then too. Jungar Chow, hope I pronounced that right. 499 says, I know we want Mac back, and of course Owe, but if he wants 18 to 20 million, I'm okay with letting him walk, and hopefully we can get Chubb. Pause. He's cheaper.
I'm always down for a Chubb. Yeah, I'm down with this comment right here. Like, Khalil Mack is just going to be a luxury if we can bring him back, but that money might be too much.
Dude, it is. Look, here's the deal with Mac. We all love him, right? He's always going to be one of our favorite Chargers. This is one of those what do you want and what do you need situations. I'm all for spending the money. $18 million for Khalil Mack sounds crazy. It does. You take care of Double O and Thule, and then if Mac's willing to come back because he wants to be part of a winner and take a different deal, fine. But dude, I don't think he's getting $18 million anywhere. There's no way anyone's giving him $18 million. You know, the Raiders aren't giving him that money, and they got a ton of money to spend. They aren't giving him $18 million.
Chicago's not giving him that, and they need a pass rusher.
Nobody is.
Yeah.
The Bills going back to Buffalo where he went to school. Dude. No one's giving him $18 million.
Yep. All right. I know you're going to get really pissed off right now. Here we go. Eddie Ramirez, 499 says, Dave, let me hear you rant about Pete Crow Armstrong's comments about Dodger fans like you and I not being real fans, only going to games to take pictures.
Look, Pete Crow Armstrong, Mario in
bitch.
Chicago right now. Okay. Pete Crow Armstrong is the dumbest person on the planet. He's so effing stupid, Mario. Okay. Number one, this guy talk about privilege. You talk about Beverly Hills High School and all the schools you could possibly name that you go, man, that's probably a school with elite elites go there. Dude, he went to the most elite school in Los Angeles, Mario. He went to Harvard Westlake. Okay. Guy grew up in the Valley, grew up going to Dodger games. Both his parents are actors. His mom was the mom in the movie Little Big League, and his dad was a soap opera star and all this crap. This guy has always lived a privileged life going to Dodger games. And all of a sudden, this guy has to run his goddamn mouth about the Dodgers, a team that is 2-time defending champions. The Cubs have won one World Series in 100 years. Like, stop. You guys want to sit there and say the real fans are in Chicago? Don't you guys have that goddamn beer snake thing going in the outfield? Like, you guys aren't even focused. You're just looking for plastic cups. You know, if anybody knows losing, it's Chicago Cubs fans. And to sit there and run your mouth and go, these are real fans. Come on, let's be honest here. All right, let's be honest. Pete Crow, to open his mouth is ridiculous. I hope people find Pete Crow's social media account, and every time you take a picture at Dodger Stadium, you tag him. Everybody, I encourage you. You tag Pete Crow Armstrong for the rest of your life. And when you come to Dodger Stadium and 55,000 people are there and they boo the hell out of you because they know you asked on the fan base, dude, you're going to hate it. Altuve can't even stand it. Like, he doesn't want to show up to all-star games in LA because it's so bad. Carlos Correa, anyone who hates those players that were on the Astros in 2017, dude, guess what? You're target number one now, PCA. You're number one. With your stupid earring, you look goofy, okay? But here's where you really messed up, is that there's one team in baseball that spends the most on free agency every year. This guy's going to be a free agent in a few years. It's the LA Dodgers. You just took yourself out of the mix. You just told the bank, F off. So now when your agent goes, hey, let's see what the Dodgers are offering. Maybe we'll use that as leverage against the Cubs to get more money. Oh, that's weird. They aren't offering jack. They don't offer you anything. Why would you insult the team that can offer you the most money? And Mario, let's be honest. The reason PCA said this, his feelings were hurt that the guy that stood to his side and Kyle Tucker said, F off, I'm going to the Dodgers. And he's upset because the Cubs were slighted.
Nah, I feel like there's a certain attitude in Chicago that we are like the number one fan base all the time. There's an attitude towards that.
Why would you think that? Boston thinks that. Philly thinks that. Everybody thinks that.
I completely agree. I'm the guy that said when Phillies and they're like, oh, the stadium's never been louder. That's the hardest place to play. I'm like, okay, have that in Boston. Have that in Chicago, New York. It's all the same. It's all the same. The only thing I agree with the Dodger point is
oh boy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. I would say Dodgers run LA. They are the number one team in the LA.
Which for years was the Lakers. You could sit there and do radio in LA and just go, man, I don't know. You think Michael Cooper should be a starter, not be coming off the bench? Boom, phone lines lit up like crazy, ratings through the roof. Everybody has an opinion. The Lakers used to run LA, and now the Dodgers do run LA. And look, they lead Major League Baseball in attendance like every goddamn year since 1971. And it's over. They have the biggest stadium in all of baseball, and they play the music crazy loud. It's a party going to those games. Who gives a crap about fans? Fans don't win games. Players win games. But to go after the fan base is insane.
So to that point, Bears run Chicago.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So that's where PCA is missing it.
Yeah. Well, the Bears are the NFL, right? And the Bears have never left Chicago until in a few years when they moved to Indiana, whatever the hell's going on there. But the Bears are the number one team. You'll find out today?
Yeah, so Illinois is voting, and Indiana is voting tomorrow.
What do you think happened?
If Illinois passes the bill, they're going to Arlington Heights no matter what. They want to be in Illinois. If it doesn't go, they're fine with going to Indiana. That's
crazy. Indiana might end up with 2 NFL teams. That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like, props to Indiana, man. Like they went open for business. It's all in Chicago, and the taxes are already through the roof. It's already pain in the ass to freaking live here, so they can't figure it out.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Next one comes from Alana Moore, $10. Alana Moore, Hall of Famer, $10. Says, I'll admit I was really attached to some past players, but if the team isn't a winning team, then decisions need to be made. Happy Thursday, guys. She needs to be hired immediately, right? She needs to make the tough decisions.
Yeah. Agree with right there. You're 100%, Alana. That's correct. It's easy to get attached to your favorite player. I mean, I think right now there's only one guy you can say I'm all in on and going, my heart and soul's with this guy. It's Justin Herbert. He's the quarterback. He's not going anywhere for a while. He's the face of the franchise. Everyone else, and as much as I love Derwin James, same thing. If you have to sit there and make the tough decision down the line and Derwin James isn't a Charger, you move on.
Okay, Sunday idea for Alana. She has to send therapy notes for each one of us, and we have to.
Oh my God!
No,
I don't want.
How about just you?
Okay, fine, just me. Alana, DM the Bolt Crew Instagram page and give me your therapy notes you would have for me, top to bottom.
Alana, here's the deal. Let's be honest. When he just said that to you, you're like, this is going to be the easiest thing ever for Mario and Dave. Josh, I don't even know where to start. Like, Josh is the most level-headed guy going. You and I, Mario, are complete train wrecks.
Yeah, she'd be like, Josh, you don't need to be here. You're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
she'd look at me and Dave go,
Yeah.
you need a life membership.
Yeah.
She says, laugh out loud. That would be fun. So she's down.
Go ahead, Alana. You can diagnose me too. Here's the deal.
I got a big heart, Alana.
I hate when people say to me, and I get this every day, what the hell's wrong with you? I go a lot. Like, I don't even know what you guys want me to say when someone says that to me. I get that all the time. Once a day at least. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah. All right, here we go. Sorry. Sorry. All right, Delfino Ochoa.
I just highlighted this, so sorry.
No, I appreciate you highlighting this one. It says, also, Josh, you've been one of the few to pronounce my name correctly, which just made me watch, which made me want to watch more. It's a little thing, but meant something to me. Yeah, no problem. It really, I can relate to that one. Nobody can pronounce Palais correctly the first time they see it. I've heard every pronunciation of Palais other than Palais. But yeah, no problem, man. All right, here we go. Cameron T, 499 says, Dave, I'm 40 years old, and yesterday was my first day trying the McDonald's fish fillet sandwich. It's definitely worth cussing a 16-year-old out. All
right, so look, this is gonna be part of my rant because we got Josh has to be out here in 5 minutes, so we're going to wrap this up quick. But this is going to be my rant right here. Is that the fish fillet sandwich is not overrated? It's obviously Lent, and now is the time where you get fish sandwiches all over the place. Last Wednesday I was super excited when I saw people with ashes on their head, and I said, you know, that means it's fish fillet season for 6 weeks. If you weren't here last year, I got into a fight at McDonald's with employees because the way I was not getting my sandwiches in time. The sandwich is great. Guess what? They did not cut the prices back this year for the first time ever. There's no deal. The sandwiches are now $5.99. It used to be an incredible. It used to be like 99 cents at one point for that fish fillet sandwich, and now it's $5.99. And now I'm out looking at other places. So I should be like Dave Portnoy sitting there going around reviewing fish fillets the way he does pizza. but basically, last Friday I was at Arby's. Decent sandwich, and it's bigger than the fish fillet sandwich, but it's not the same. Really disappointed McDonald's this year for sticking it to the man.
Terrible.
I would love that content, by the way. Can you start posting that to our Instagram of you just trying random fish fillets?
Dude, you know what's funny? I'm going to Italy in September for the first time in my life. And you know, Portnoy does the pizza deal, does the one bite. I'm thinking of doing pizza in Italy in my videos, but I'm a 2-bite guy. That's how I just change it up. I take 2 bites of the pizza to decide if I like it or not. Give my reviews.
I love.
Yeah,
I
would
would
be
love
good
that.
until you go to every spot, and it's this one's a 10. Yep, 10.
That's fine.
10 also.
That's fine. I just want to eat pizza. Instead of my wife signing me up for a cooking class because Josh told her to. I don't cook in my house. What do you mean I'm doing a cooking class there?
Okay, that is so mean by you.
Awesome.
That is so mean by you. That is a
jerk
move.
What am I doing?
Signing you up for a cooking class? That is a mean move.
By her, not me. She signed me up for a cooking class. Yeah, she's making me go. I don't want to do.
That's mean by Josh. You can't do that.
Oh, by Josh, I think you're talking to me.
All right.
Josh completely effed me over.
I will give a PS, dude. I'm not. Look it up right now. It's called Amalfi Heaven Gardens. It is awesome. All right, my wife and I loved it, dude. You can F all the way off.
You can F all the way off.
You just screwed your dad. That's
you did. It was the worst thing you've ever done to me.
Hey, after this show, go to the corner and F and off. All right, I'll see you over there. All right. All right, next one comes from Jonathan Roncone, Hall of Famer, 499, says, thanks, gentlemen. Love the Bolt Crew fam. Bolt the fuck up. Thanks, Jonathan.
Let's go.
Thanks, Jonathan. Hall of Famer, Jonathan. Awesome.
Up.
All right, Jonathan Roncone again, Hall of Famer, 499, says, I like Proctor, Sadiq, or CJ Allen in the first round, Lee Hunter in the late second. I like those calls right there, Jonathan.
Dude, great calls, Jonathan. I'm thinking right with you.
Amy O, Bolt Crew Hall of Famer, 499, says, I love this show, period. Holy crap, your schedule, Dave. Appreciate the time y'all make. P.S. I'm worried Broncos may pick up Sadiq. Thoughts on Vega? That's the guard from Penn State.
Dude, that would
I think
suck.
he's great. I think he's great. Go ahead.
By the way, if the Broncos pick up Sadiq, I blame everyone on this show for this. I mean, the people in the chat. You guys made me fall in love with this player the last 2 weeks, and I have my heart kind of set on it. If he goes to the Broncos, I'm going to be extremely upset.
Same here. I need to do more research
Chargers
on this Penn State guard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If they end up with Sadiq or Vega from Penn State, you got to be thrilled, right, Mario, Dave? You're happy at that point.
Yes.
All right. Boltio 93 499. He says, just want to say 2026, 2027 is our year. I have a 5-year-old daughter and a baby boy on the way. Just happy with life at the moment. Congratulations.
Dude, congratulations.
Awesome.
You're in the best part of your life. If you ever want to look back and go, what was the best part of my life? You're in it right now.
Right now, because you're on the show. It's the best part of your life right now.
Exactly. Dude, let me tell you something. As someone that doesn't have kids and has 9 nieces and nephews, kids are overrated, man.
No, they aren't.
You know? Like, come on.
Dude, you'll see. You'll see. When they're yours, it's going to be different.
I'm kidding.
I love
I'm excited.
nieces and nephews too, man. But when they're yours, they're the best.
I'm going to name my first 2 boys, Dave and Josh.
That's awesome.
Like, yeah, there we go.
I'm going to name my first kid Pappy. Here we go. Pappy, $2.
Let's go.
Says, hope everyone has a great day. Bolt up. Thanks, Pappy. Appreciate
That's
it.
very nice. Thanks, Pappy. You too, buddy.
All right, man. I got to run. I got an actual job. So I know you guys do too. So I'll see you guys later. You guys
Is that everything?
Yeah. When's our next show?
Sunday, 8 o'clock Central, 6 p.m. Pacific. 21 questions.
I want you to do the math. We're always so confused if Marty can do the math.
21 questions of anything you guys want. Of guess personal, 50 Cent. We got to answer it. And then I have a game for us that's going to involve our listeners. It's going to be unfiltered. It's going to be a little nuts. It's going to get a little weird. Someone might cry, but there might be some laughter on the way.
There'll be a lot of laughter.
Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. I need engagement for this. We need a lot of listener engagement. So I'm calling on you, damn it. You got to come through. Got a lot of ideas, and they're flowing right now, but you got to come through.
Awesome. 6 o'clock Sunday Pacific time. Make sure you're here again for Mario Heron, Josh Pele. I'm Dave Pele. On YouTube, please like and subscribe right here as well. And we'll answer your questions if you missed anything today. Thanks for the comments on the side this early in the morning. Again, thanks for listening to the Bolt Crew podcast.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, reppin' for the city. Mackin' on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.